Hello, my name is Luciana Dantas de Paula. I'm from the University of Brasília, currently a PhD student in the Psychology Institute there, and I'm being supervised by Dr. Angelo Shoa Branco. I'm very pleased to be talking to you today about qualitative research in the understanding of human development processes, a dialogical approach. So firstly, this inquiry appeared when trying to understand better the dialogical processes in the classroom. How can teachers apply dialogical processes, and why is it sometimes so hard to do so? Many of the teachers that I've spoken to talk about how difficult it is to lack training around relational issues, for example. They say that they don't feel they have spaces that actively promote their human development in the sense of having better resources to deal with relational issues such as conflicts and prejudices, for example. And authors actually mention the fact that this is so difficult to do because when we are speaking about ontological process of dialogue here, there's not just a dialogue used as a tool for teaching, but actually a dialogue that touches on the motivations and values and beliefs of those who participate in this dialogue. So when we talk about dialogical practices, it's not something that it's just for the use of the word, a technique for teachers, but it's something that actually touches on their feelings, their motivations, beliefs, and their students. So it's a challenging thing to deal with when so many other complex processes are going on, not just a dialogue, a simple exchange of words or interaction. To understand better this phenomenon, we propose to investigate it by understanding better the human development processes that are around a teacher's developmental context, such as a training, for example. Here we have a cultural psychology framework, and of course we use the qualitative methodology to investigate these processes by an 8-session focus group meeting that happened during this year. And it was with 16 teachers that participated on those focus groups meetings. There are a lot that I could say about what happened in these focus groups and the things that came up in there. But regarding the qualitative methodology approach, here, one thing that we find very interesting is how cultural psychology understands the interdependence between individuals and culture. So it's not something that is absolutely separate, or culture has more power than the individual, but actually the individuals are active in co-constructing culture, but they are also are part of this culture, and they are constructed. We are individuals because we have culture. So this is a premise in cultural psychology that understands language as a key component to this co-construction, to this interdependence between culture and individuals, which means that language and dialogue here are not seen as just, again, a tool, something, a detail in human life, but as something completely and essentially, it's a maker of who we are as human beings. So in this sense, understanding the human development in that way, when we try to study human processes, it makes sense to point out that cultural psychology doesn't understand methodology and science and the investigation within psychology as something that is neutral. We are also human beings investigating human beings. So this is not a process that has neutrality in it. We are, as researchers, in interaction with the participants. So there's not a reality that we can grasp and understand. It's a reality that we construct together. As Tateo, Marsico, and Valsener point out, persons, psychological processes, and contexts are part of a whole that we can call the phenomenon in the sense of being in systemic relationships. So human beings are open systems, and to investigate those open systems, we here defend that methodology needs to be dialogical as it's in its core as well. So thank you so much for watching this. I would love to talk a bit more if anyone wants to reach out. Here is my contact. Thank you for listening.